early that it was going to go to the decision, and it was not going to be a pretty 15 minutes.
Yeah, ever since De Castro kind of just threw in the towel against Greg Hardy, I've kind of just had no respect for him.
Yeah, I mean he finished big against what was his name, Takada.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, and after that KO, I thought, oh, so this is the next Mark Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what you're giving me. And then he fought against Greg Hardy, disappointing.
Right.
Fought against Carlos Felipe, disappointing. Carlos Felipe coming in with the win. Big flurry at the end of round 3, deserves the win.
Yeah, Felipe definitely did a good job, just kind of really just out techniquing
out combos.
Yeah, I mean he was coming in with all the strength, the fury, really the speed for me is what just kind of like cemented this fight for Felipe. Yorgan just, I mean, he had a good few exchanges of his own, but he just had a hard time keeping up in the fight. But what really kind of put me to sleep later was just how every time, especially in the third round, it started to get pitiful for like the last 4 to 3 minutes. All Yorgan De Castro did was just push Felipe up against the cage, and that's it. And he just didn't have
all he could do.
He just didn't have anything left to offer. But my problem is that if you're going to do stuff like that, you have to do something with it. You have to be progressive. You have to advance in some way. Hats off to the referee who kept separating them from the fence because nothing was happening. But I have to ask the question, at what point do you have to sit De Castro aside and say, look, you can't keep going back to that position if you're not going to do anything?
That's why we need to bring in yellow cards for heavyweights. Only for heavyweights.
I mean, at this point, when you see shit like that, it just becomes an issue of what the hell. And Felipe, my issue with Felipe in that exchange was, if you're going to get frustrated and talk, during that time period too, it falls onto you as the opponent to take it upon yourself to do something about it. If it frustrates you so much that he just keeps pushing you to the cage and isn't doing anything, why don't you, sidestep, do one of those crazy, clap the back of the neck, slip, do one of those, clip, arm, slip, and just bail, get out of there. He started to do that, I think, a little bit later, but he was trying to do the tie clinches with the knees and just let himself get sandwiched between this 240-pound man and the fence. And it just wasn't working. It wasn't working for me. And the ref, had to keep separating them every like 3 seconds. And what's even more disappointing for me is the level of denial with Yorgan De Castro, in that even after just hugging his opponent and doing nothing for the last 3 minutes, thought he won and was disappointed in the outcome. You could be disappointed in the outcome, but how can you stand there? And this is me trying to show as much respect as possible. I love Yorgan De Castro. You're a fighter. I can only hope to do what you do for a living. But that being said, you have to be grounded in reality enough to know you did not do enough to win the fight. You were not pushing the action. You were pushing. That does not mean you were pushing the action. Sorry. Had to say it.
Hey, I'm all in agreement, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, that fight
moving on to the main event.